sorry, it's been a really long time, like a couple months since we've last posted. Summer's here and we have just been really busy, and we kind of knew we were going to be this busy, but I don't think that we expected the bus to take a back seat, no pun intended, to everything that we had going on. We were also waiting on a couple more covers for our windows, and now that we've got those, we're hoping to get ourselves back in action again, but it is hard because it's so busy. Thank you to those of us who have asked us what's going on with the bus and how progress is going. Anytime someone asks, it really means a lot to us that, first of all, you care enough, and second of all, you've been watching and following along and you notice that we haven't been keeping up with things. So we need more of you to keep us on track and to make sure that we are getting these up on YouTube for you in a timely fashion.
Alright, well, we basically framed out the walls of the bus, and you can see here we used 2x4s. We used 2x2s for the actual studs, just for lighter weight. I also used a construction adhesive on all my joints too. So we got the screw and the adhesive, so it's rigid. The screws that I used were just Tex screws, wood to metal, 2 3/4 inch long. It's like the perfect length. Alright, for the walls here, they also turned out really good. I actually just used these little like joist holders, bent out the flaps, then screwed it right to the rib of the bus, and that holds the 2x4 stud in. And the screws I used were just like self-tappers. I just put one screw on each side, and it's definitely strong enough. Then I just screw the 2x4 into it. And for the floor, just use these guys. So screw that down and put the 2x4 in it, and it catches it really good. Obviously we've got to remove a lot of these wires. We're going to remove all the top lights. That's probably going to be our next step. One of our next steps is ripping out a lot of this wire that doesn't have to be here. We're really excited too because we had a mechanic come look at the bus, and he said it's in really great shape, so we're pretty stoked about that. We're thinking we're going to cut this signal light off and use this wire for a backup camera, because this can power a backup camera. It's got enough slack so we can just shoot it back there and quick and easy.
So now that Zach told you a little bit about the way that we did things, I'll give you a tour of the bus as it is right now and our current idea for the direction we're headed. With that in mind, we have changed directions many times about what we're going to put where. So this may not be the final layout, but at this point this is kind of what we're thinking. So you're walking in to our living room at first. We're going to have our couch here. You can see we've got that labeled on the wall. We're going to have this area as like a catch-all. We're going to leave it wide open at this point, maybe for more seating. We might put a table there. We might just store some things there like Zach's guitars or maybe other music equipment. More to come on that. Speaking of storage, you're going to need plenty of it if you're living in a schoolie. So we're planning to build storage in every possible place we can, including the couch. Got my fingers crossed for some space down there for my craft stuff. As we walk further in here, we're walking into the kitchen, but before we get there, we'll have our wood stove. So, like I said, we have our kitchen here. Originally, we thought we would put our kitchen sink here, but now we're sort of thinking we might move it to the other side. We're going to have cabinets on both sides for storage, of course, but we're still kind of figuring out what's exactly going to go where. We'll have a pantry, and then just beyond that, we're going to have some storage for our clothing. And then to the right over here is storage for electronic things like our battery banks and the things that we might need for our solar panels down the line. For now, as you can see, we're kind of just using it as tool storage. As we back up further, this area here is actually going to be a wall. You won't be able to see through here. And there will be a doorway right here where you can walk into our bathroom. So when you walk in, you'll immediately see the toilet. And then as you look over to your right, as if you're sitting on the toilet, this area over here is going to be storage as well. We're planning on space down below here for our cats, our cat litter. And then if we turn around, we've got our bathtub, which maybe you've seen on our Instagram account. Check us out, Zach and Diane. We're collecting stickers to put on this, so we're pretty excited. We've got like 5 stickers inside right now, but definitely want to cover this whole thing with any sort of sticker that we can. So excited to see how this develops. And as we go further back, beneath here we're going to have a crate for our dog Easton. She doesn't really need to be crated much. She's potty trained and mostly well behaved, but we will need that just in case. And then in the times where we're not using it, it'll just be storage. And then up top here is where we are going to have our mattress. So it's perfectly measured for a queen size bed with a little bit of overhang. Above that, we're going to have storage for things like books and maybe a charging station for our phones. And then back here, beneath where we will have our bed, we're going to have like our garage or our trunk. And that concludes the tour. We're hoping to get some more videos and some more progress ready for your viewing pleasure soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.